Hey guys, it's Shayla here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to review the Kim Kardashian West Contour Kit. This bad boy right here. I've heard like mixed reviews about it. I've never used the product. I just opened it today. So this is going to be the first impression, a tutorial, just my overall thoughts and honest opinion of the product. And you guys know I'm going to keep it real. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so I have both deep dark and dark. I'm gonna start with dark because most of the time when people come out with any type of like contour stick and there's only like 4 or 5 shades, I'm usually dark. That's usually what happens. So I'm gonna start there, and if it's too light, then I'll go to deep dark. So I just opened up the contour stick and there's 2 shades in one. It seems to be a lighter contour and a darker contour. So I feel like I could go darker just by looking at it, but I'm going to try a little bit on my jawline. That's not bad. I think I'm actually going to go to the deep dark. Dark seems to be a little too light for me, so I'm going to try the deep dark contour stick. If that doesn't work, then Houston, we have a problem. All right, so this is the deep dark contour stick. Just like the other one, it has 2 shades, which is kind of cool, but let's just see how it looks on the skin. Let me start with the lightest of the shades. Oh yeah. What's the word to describe it? It's a little like, not gray. Oh, I like the darker one better, okay. So these are both the shades from the deep dark contour kit. You can see this is the darker one and this is a lighter one. I actually chose the darkest shade because it looks like it has a little bit more red, and I like my contour to have more of that red undertone, or else it just looks kind of like gray, and I don't like that. I mean, I kind of like that it has 2 different options for a contour. That way, if you do get lighter, if you get dark or whatever, you have 2 shades you can switch it up with. So we'll see how it blends though. That's the real question. That's a real question. And I did start, you guys, with foundation on. I would never like really want to apply a highlight and contour without a base first. Like, you need your foundation first. I do wish that this was a little bit more on the red side. It's really hard, especially if you're creating a foundation, a concealer, whatever the case may be, and you're not familiar with deeper skins. I feel like it's really hard to kind of get the shades right. Also, there's so many different shades of people. Like, we come in every shade, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? From the lightest of lights to the darkest of dark. So to get the right color, and just, I think she came out with 4 different kits, 4 or 5 different kits, is really hard. I personally like my contour to be more of like a reddish brown. The brush is a little stiff. It's not bad though. I'm like really trying to work it in there. I'm like, Urgh. Yeah, we're gonna put a little more because, honey, she likes to contour. I do wish that the stick was a little thicker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I saw Kim do in the little tutorial. She went like this. Yep. Yeah, I like this shade better. Little better. So typically I actually like to blend out my products with a beauty blender. That's just my preference. But we're gonna work with this. Or even a brush with like longer hairs, you know what I mean? Instead of like this tight kabuki brush. Oh, I put a lot on this side. Yeah, it's okay. That's usually what happens. I feel like anytime a highlight and contour product comes with a brush, I never use a brush. I always use my beauty blender, no matter what. Like, I just love the beauty blender. I love that you can wet it. I love everything about it. Liking this. The color. Maybe it's just the angle. Like, this side looks pretty good. You know what I'm noticing? And I don't know if you guys can see this on screen, but the color looks a little, and I don't like to say the word ashy. I don't like that word. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't like to be ashy. I don't like to refer to myself as ashy, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely seems like it has like a kind of grayish undertone to it. This is like just what I'm noticing. All right, so the next stick is the highlight and contour stick. One side is a highlighter or concealer or a highlighter, and the other side is like a shimmery, frosty kind of highlighter. Shimmer. Oh, I like how this feels. This feels nice. Oh yeah. I like that this is more on the peachy side. I typically wouldn't use anything like this as my concealer, but we'll see how this goes. If anything, I may just add my concealer on top of it. I like the color though. Do we even dare use the sponge? The sponge is kind of scary, you guys. I'm like, I don't want to use it. Okay, no, I can't. I can't use this. I can't use it anymore. I'm using my beauty blender. It's just not for, I need like something that is just a little bit more blendable. This is actually pretty nice. So this is the lightest color from the Deep Dark kit. And what I'm noticing is that it's more of like a peachy nude, which is great for my skin tone. My concealer has to have like yellow or peach in it, or no bueno. I'm actually not even gonna use my concealer over this. I kind of like how this looks. Oh, I'm not mad at it. Okay, so we have to talk about this because the color of this highlighter kind of makes up for the contour not being as red as I like it. You know what I mean? Oh, I like this though. It's full coverage. I would say like medium to full coverage. So you can definitely like sheer this little concealer highlight down, but it's not too bad. I'm like really impressed by this shade, and it kind of feels like a natural matte finish. All right, so now that I've highlighted, contoured the skin, I'm not gonna add any concealer because I wanna see how this wears without putting any concealer over it. I am pretty impressed, I would have to say, with how the highlighter slash concealer is looking on my skin. I thought it would be a disaster and it's not, so I'm kind of relieved. Instead of using the highlighter on the lid, I'm gonna use the frosted part of the kit on the lid, which isn't really showing up that much. A little bit on the nose. It's not as light as I like. Nope. No, I don't like that one. Okay. So the highlighter, I'm just not gonna put any more on. I put on my nose, it was a little bit too creamy. It's like not even showing up at all. It's okay on my eyes. I'm not thrilled about this little frosted part of the highlighter stick, which is fine. Like, I knew there was something I was gonna be like, ooh, I don't like. I just want you guys to know that I'm really over here like analyzing this product because I've heard so many mixed reviews that I'm like trying to really take in every product. Like, okay, do I like it? Do I like it? Do I like it? All right, so let's do this. Let's finish the look and then we're gonna talk about how I feel about this because I kind of have a lot to say. All right, so I'm gonna finish just the whole look with my Bobbi Brown loose powder and my Laura Mercier loose powder and lashes, and we'll get this show on the road. This is Bobbi Brown Golden Orange loose powder. You guys already know this is like what I love to set my foundation with. So the contour and highlight sticks are setting pretty well with this powder over it. That's usually like an indicator for me, like is the consistency good or not, is if I can set it with my powder and it works. And so far it's pretty good. And I feel like my skin looks kind of creamy, like it's a natural creamy look. Not too dewy, not too matte. I like the finish of the kit a lot. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Guerlain terracotta bronzer just to warm up my skin. You know, the contour stick wasn't as warm. And when I say warm, I mean like that reddish orangey undertone that I like. So I added a little bit of bronzer to warm up my skin so it matches the rest of my tan. This is a Maybelline liquid liner. I'm gonna finish the eyes with the Huda Beauty Samantha lashes, which are like my favorite lash when I want this, you know, kind of natural look, which is what I'm going for today, because I really want the focus to be on the highlight and contour. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna highlight my skin with the Bobbi Brown Sunkissed Glow Highlighter. And this is a Sigma F42 brush. Ooh, pretty. It's like a subtle highlight. Nothing too dramatic. Well, not for me. I feel like this is actually what the contour, or I'm sorry, the highlight stick was supposed to look like, you know? Like kind of like shimmery like this. Like rose goldy, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna add a little bit of this Makeup Forever B402 blush. It's like a orangey, well, no, it's not even like an orangey peach. It's pretty orange. It's like an orangey blush. Kind of pretty. I like it. Whenever I wear orangey blushes, it makes me look a little bit more like Sunkissed, you know? So I'm all about that. All right, you guys, let's finish off the look. I'm going to use Cork lip liner from MAC. You guys know one of my favorites. And the Kylie collab in Kimmie. All right, you guys, so the look is done, and we need to talk about this. This, as you guys know, is my first impression. I've never used the product. I haven't even swatched it on my hand. I really wanted to give you guys like a genuine first impression review of this product. And I have to say, I do wish that the contour stick was a little bit more on the red side. It's a little too like neutral for me. But then again, I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, it actually doesn't look that bad once everything's done. You know what I'm saying? This is a hard one because, no, I do wish it was a little warmer. It's not bad though. Like, coming into this, everyone was basically telling me, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible, it's terrible. And so maybe that has a lot to do with how I feel about it right now, because I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, it's not as bad as people are telling me. I do wish that the contour stick had more of a red tone because that works better with my skin tone. I did like the highlight side that I used as concealer. That I did actually really love. I don't think I've really ever used a highlight stick in a duo like that under my eyes by itself and was happy with it. That's kind of saying a lot, you guys. Like, I usually use my MAC Pro Longwear and I'm good with that. And boom, it's hard for me to find an actual like kit like this where I can use the highlight as a concealer, and this works. So I did like that. The actual shimmery highlight portion was a little too dark and I felt like there wasn't much to it. Like, it wasn't sassy enough, you know? It was super just natural, and I don't like natural highlight. Like, you can see it on my eyes, it's just barely there, and I like my highlight to be booming. So that's the highlight part of the kit. The contour part of the kit, like I told you guys, I just wish it was a little bit more on the red side, but looking at it on camera now that it's done, looking at the finished product, it's not that terrible. It actually isn't that bad. Once I use, you know, my highlighter with it, it was good, but yeah, it actually doesn't even look that, bad. Definitely more, would you say editorial, would you say? It's definitely more of like a professional product, you know what I mean? As far as like the tones and the colors. Anytime I've ever worked with a professional makeup artist, they tend to kind of stay away from those reddish undertones, so I can kind of get why the contour stick has more of a kind of neutral undertone versus red, because a lot of times with photography, you know, photographers don't like that red undertone. They don't want to have to fix it. So I get it, you know, like I totally get why they did that. Overall, like, this isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. The brush and the sponge can be thrown away. I didn't like it at all. It's pointless. I like my beauty blender. That's what works for me. The more I wear it, the more I'm like, oh, I kind of like it. I probably wouldn't buy it, but it's not a bad product, period. If I was able to give Kim feedback, I would tell her to make more colors. and kind of fill in what she has. So make more shades that are a little bit deeper with more of a red undertone. Make the stick a little bit thicker. This is a little too thin for me. I like what she's doing with the actual like concealer highlight part. And then I would also tell her to make the shimmery highlight a little bit lighter and a little bit more vibrant. If you're one of those people that is a minimalist, I would say, like say you're like, okay, I need just a couple products to do my whole makeup and I might be doing it in the car, you'll probably like this because you can just conceal a little bit, you can work it in with your fingers, you could contour on your cheeks a tiny bit, use the shimmer as your eyeshadow, put mascara on and call it a day. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me, but I can see why some people would love it, and I can see why makeup enthusiasts, makeup artists probably wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? I keep saying, I'm like, it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's just that's what it is. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's just kind of in between. It's okay. It's not for me, but I can see how it would work for, you know, just the everyday girl who just is using her fingers to put the makeup on. Period. Okay, so this is the issue I have with reviews. So my first impressions, review of a product, I'll try it, and you know, I have my first like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. And then I wear it, and then I grow to love it. And I feel like this kind of might be one of those products because the more I look at it in the mirror, the more I like how it looks. You know, she could have actually just even done the highlight concealer portion with the contour on the other side and had it half the price. And I feel like that would have been like a really dope product just because the other three items, the brush, the shimmery highlight, and the other contour color you don't need. It's not bad. Like, oh, this is like, this is tricky because the more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh, I kind of like how it looks. All right, so this is probably one of the hardest reviews that I've ever had to do because I feel like I like half of the kit. I like the highlight I use as concealer, and the more I wear the darker shade, the more I'm liking it. But I do not like the brush and sponge combo or the shimmery part of the highlight stick. I like how my under eyes look natural, and they're still kind of like creamy. Like my overall look is creamy. So that's all I got, folks. If you're looking for something that's gonna blow your mind, this isn't the product. It's definitely just it's good for what it is, but it's not gonna be anything that's gonna change your life. I was expecting this to be a pretty bad product. It's not that bad, but it's not amazing. And that's kind of what it is. So thank you guys for watching my review. Don't forget to comment below. I know a lot of you are gonna have a lot of opinions about this, a lot of questions, and let's talk about it. So comment below, subscribe to my channel, and last but not least, strut and slay.